Right, old school NBA fans, self-researched NBA facts. Got another video here for you. As always, I want to say thanks to anybody who watches my videos, subscribes to my channel. I really appreciate it. Got a, I got a video here. I was going to do it on something else, but somebody inspired me to do yet another one to shine a light on and expose the fake media king, LeBron James. I've been contemplating of doing less of them, but I got full ammunition, I guess you could say, incentive to make another one. And anyway, so there was somebody who just commented in my video yesterday that said that, oh yeah, you talk about LeBron, and his weak conference and this and that, but Jordan never beat any top 10 players, and he didn't beat Shaq and Kobe. I mean, these people, they're just ignorant fools. I don't know what to say. All I can say is if you're watching this video, make a video, put it out there. Go ahead, make your case. Go right ahead. I'm not going to watch it most likely, but, I'm sure the LeBron fanboys will eat it up. But Michael Jordan beat Magic Johnson in 5 games, okay? He's regarded, in fact, when the NBA did the top 75, he was number 4 on the list. Shaquille O'Neal was in the top 10 as well. There's 2 right there, and he beat Magic in 5 and swept Shaq. So there's your 2 top 10. So right there, you don't have a clue what you're talking about. Your credibility is shot to pieces. But beyond that, like I told you in the reply, if it's so easy, you say, oh, Jordan beat watered down era, all the same Nick Wright talking points I've heard for years. If that's true, okay, how is it that in the whole history of the NBA, why is Michael Jordan the only player that I know of who played any decent amount of time, not somebody who had like a 1-year career and then went to Europe or something like that. I'm talking about somebody who had some tenure, somebody who had multiple playoff runs. The only player that never lost with home court advantage, period. Definitely among the top 75. And I've gone even deeper than that. I mean, who? Give me a name. Who do you got who never lost with home court advantage? Who you got? Michael Jordan. So if it's so easy to always win as the favorite or with home court advantage, why was nobody else ever able to do it? And of course, the counter argument is that, well, Jordan never beat anybody. He played, a bunch of weak teams and this and that. I mean, it's ridiculous. Those teams didn't, nobody was able to form a dynasty once Jordan got going. You know what I'm saying? Once he had the players around him who had developed the mental toughness and, the NBA game, nobody could beat him. There was no dynasty in the 90s other than the Bulls. That's it. Nobody was going to be able to do that. The Pistons, they won 2 in a row, but then when they went from 3, the Bulls swept them right out. They had exactly the same team, and so did the Bulls, but the Bulls had got a little bit tougher, and the Pistons might have lost a slight step, but their core players did not. I'll argue that all day. Rodman, Dumars, and Isaiah, no, they did not. These guys were still in their 20s. But anyway, it's a stupid talking point. It's like, I gotta have LeBron be the king, no matter what. And, of course, they always pump up players like the Tim Duncans and the Steph Currys. They got to pump them up that they're actually better than what they really are. Steph Curry didn't even make the playoffs last year. He had Draymond Green on his team. He had all these other players, Wiggins and all these guys, Klay Thompson back from injury. Didn't make the playoffs. So, whatever. You could say whatever you want about, and Steph Curry's not made the playoffs like 4 or 5 times now, okay? But anyway, yeah, Tim Duncan is another one. Sure, a great player, no doubt about it. But LeBron had a 66-win team that barely beat the Spurs, which, is kind of a joke, really, when you think about it. But even if you think Tim Duncan was that great and the Spurs were that great, well, Tim Duncan was better his rookie year than he was in 2013. And he got swept with David Robinson also making All-NBA and All-Defense. Tim Duncan was first team All-NBA in 1998, his rookie year. They lost in 5 games to the Utah Jazz, that same Jazz team that swept Shaq and Kobe. They didn't make it. If you think that it would have enhanced Jordan's legacy, that he would have beat Shaq and Kobe or Duncan and Robinson, that's fine. Those teams couldn't get past the Jazz. The Jazz were a fine-tuned machine with Stockton running it, with MVP level Karl Malone, who was, the top 2 or 3 players in the league at that time. They were just a machine. Utah, what can you say? They were 46-8 in the second half of the 97 season going into the finals. 46-8. And they beat Olajuwon, Barkley, and Drexler twice. They beat Shaq and Kobe twice. They beat Duncan and Robinson. Look at all that right there. And the Bulls beat them. What can you say? The Bulls would have beat the Spurs. They would have beat the Lakers. It wouldn't have made any difference. But to people that try to prop up LeBron, they just want to talk about, well, you didn't beat certain players, therefore it diminishes your career. But if those certain players don't make it, what are you supposed to do? And the other dumb argument about, oh, he didn't beat Bird in the 80s. Well, Bird didn't beat Jordan in the 90s either. He was beat up, whatever. When the Bulls were rolling in the early 90s, would it have enhanced Jordan's career if he would have beat, a bad back Bird? It'd been like, oh, he beat Bird. He's got that on his resume. Why? How? I never understood that argument. And Bird beat Jordan when he had a losing record. So they never played each other when they were both on top level 60-win type teams. It just didn't happen. So all you're left to do is just guess what you think would have happened. That's all. That's all you can do is guess. But anyway, enough of that. These people get me fired up sometimes. I know I shouldn't let it get to me, but it's just the information is out there. You got to stop listening to the media. They're just frying your brain. Talk about misinformation. It's a laughing joke. Anyway, getting to the crux of my video, what I was looking up is widely considered the best perimeter players of all time, at least on my top 25 list. What I have for perimeter players are Kevin Durant, Elgin Baylor, Oscar Robertson, Steph Curry, Dr. J, Jerry West, LeBron James, Larry Bird, Kobe Bryant, Magic Johnson, and Michael Jordan. For me, those are the best 11 perimeter players who have ever played the game. Now, I know there's other guys like Dwayne Wade, Isaiah Thomas, John Stockton, Walt Frazier was great. There's tons more. Allen Iverson, sure. But I'm saying for me, these are the top 11, okay? Now, what I'm looking at in this particular video is the one universal thing that is regardless of era, and that is free throw shooting. Now, how many times did a player shoot 75% or better in a playoff series out of these 11? We'll just go through the list. See how they did. We'll start with Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant is a great free throw shooter. He's phenomenal, no doubt about it. In his 33 playoff series, he never shot below 75%. So you have to tip your hat to Durant for that one universal thing, important thing, to be able to knock down your free throws. So you have no choice but to tip your cap to Kevin Durant. 33 series, 33 times, he shot 75% or higher. That's excellent. He's usually in the high 80s, even low 90s most of the time. In his 3 finals, of course, obviously, he shot over 75%, all 3 of them. Oscar Robertson, in his 17 playoff series, he shot over 75% in 14 of them. And that's an 82.4% clip. That's really good. In both his finals, he shot over 75%. Steph Curry, in his 28 playoff series, he's another phenomenal free throw shooter. 27 of them, he shot over 75%. And all 6 of his finals, he did as well. So in his playoffs, that's a 96.4% clip. Only one series he shot under. That's good. That's going to be the higher end right there. Dr. J, in his 38 series, including the ABA, he shot over 75% in 28 of them. That's a clip of 73.7%. That's really good. In his finals, he was 75 or over and 3 under. He split. Jerry West, in his career, in his 28 playoff series, he shot 75% or more in 21 of his 28 series. So that's 75%. In his 9 finals, 8 of them, he shot over 75% and only 1 under. Elgin Baylor, in his 25 series, 16 of them, he shot over 75% and 9 was under. So that's a clip of 64% of the time he's shooting 75% or better. Now, in the finals, he was 75 or better and 3 under 75. Larry Bird, another really good free throw shooter. In his 32 playoff series, 30 of them, he shot 75% or better for a clip of 93.8%. And in his 5 finals, all 5, he shot 75 or better. Kobe Bryant, in his 43 playoff series, he shot 75 or better in 33 of them. So 33, 75 or better, 10 under, for a 76.7% clip. You know, that's good. That's right in line with like Jerry West or Dr. J, almost as good as Oscar, whatever. All 7 of his finals, he shot over 75. So that's good. Magic Johnson, another good free throw shooter. In his 40 playoff series, 34 of them, he shot 75% or better for an 85% of the time in his playoff series. That's great. And it was 8 out of his 9 in the finals. In fact, in the 1987 finals, Magic shot 24 for 25. Pretty good. In the 91 finals against the Bulls, he shot 39 for 41. Really good. Michael Jordan, in his 37 playoff series, 1 time he shot under 75% for a 97.3% of the time. And out of the finals, 5 out of the 6 he shot. The only time he didn't was in the 1993 finals, which was his best scoring one, which was kind of odd. But he only shot 69.4% at the free throw line. So, but still, 36 out of 37 series, he shoots over 75%. That's phenomenal. He's a career 83%. So, Jordan was a very, very good free throw shooter, but he was not elite. He wasn't in the upper 80s, lower 90s. He wasn't. He was in, the mid 80s, low to mid 80s, which, it's very good. It's just not elite. Okay, so now we go to LeBron James. Okay, what did LeBron do? Now, this is a guy whose career is right around 75%. I think it's 74, whatever. In his 54 playoff series, how many series do you think he shot 75% or higher? How about 22? That's right, for a clip of 40.1% of the time. 32, he shot under 75%. And in the finals, it's almost ironic, or however you want to look at it. In his 10 finals, 4, he shot over 75%. 6 under. The same thing as his record in the finals, 4 and 6. Just kind of ironic. But anyway, that's probably it for this video. Again, I mean, you guys need to come with facts. If you're gonna try to argue, you got a counterpoint or something, make sure your facts are correct. And by all means, watch the video. Don't just think you know what it's about by reading the title. But anyway, to me, this is just more proof that out of the best perimeter players of all time, in my mind, the top 11, by far, easily the worst free throw shooter of the bunch. That's an issue. I remember in the 2011 finals, in a 6-game series, LeBron only shot 20 free throws in the whole series and only made 12 of them. He shot 60% in the 2011 finals. And people can say about, oh, well, he was playing off ball and he wasn't sure. They had just beaten the Bulls in 5, the number 1 seed the series before. He choked, plain and simple. And not just, against Jason Terry or, Dirk or whatever. No, at the free throw line, he was the one thing he could control. He shot 60%, 12 for 20. And then, of course, the rest of his game was garbage, that series. But anyway, that's it for this video. It's running a little long, so thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. If you like the video, please hit the like button. And that's it for now.